Tyler,
Yes, Doug.
there is an EV that I can get behind.
Is it because it's too fast and you can't keep up?
Yes, all of my internal combustion cars are slow, relatively, but I don't care. I recently I backed my Diablo up to the local Thai restaurant, and one of the guys who works there has a fast model Tesla.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and he goes, "How's it feel to have the second fastest car in the parking lot?"
Really? Oh,
Yes.
those folks at that local Thai restaurant are amazing.
Yep.
Love them.
But he
go.
also, my plate says kit car, and his plate is the Roman numeral. It's like XLIX, which is the Roman numeral version of 69. So I just fired back. How's it feel to have the second coolest vanity plate?
Nice.
Anyway, I have not been the biggest fan of EVs, if you've listened to this podcast for any length of time, for a number of reasons, but it has nothing to do with the EVs themselves or the technology. It has to do with the government subsidies. It has to do with the narrative that this is the future, like it or not. It has to do with the narrative that these are zero emissions, which, yes, it's zero tailpipe emissions, but they do have global production emissions, that they are saving the environment. They're the way of the future, whatever. I don't buy any of those things, and I believe that that is proving out. We're seeing it now as so many companies are backing away from their promises to go full EV by a certain year. However, one thing I did say is that I felt that for EVs to become a reasonable value proposition for the average person is they had to make the electric version of the people's car.
Yes.
They had to make a car that was reliable, affordable, and practical, not just this luxury statement.
And I think, you and I have talked a bunch that all of the EVs that have come out so far have been geared towards the high margin luxury car buyers. There has been nothing, as far as I'm concerned, that has truly been a people's car.
There have been attempts at it.
Yes.
They just suck. Big time. Like the Coda EV.
Even the more normal cars, like I would consider the Mach-E a more normal car, the Model 3, like those can still get pretty expensive. And it's not really, it's like the middle range. Like it's not truly a like people's car.
And the costs are not accurately represented because charging is either built into the price of the car or you're getting incredible government subsidies either at the point of sale in terms of tax credits or in terms of the companies getting money from the government. Like what Rivian got a bunch of money to build this giant plant in Georgia that they don't even need because they're not even getting anywhere near the production capacity their existing plant. Like there's just all this money being poured into EVs. But Car and Driver article from last week, will the tiny slate truck become the next big thing?
That's a cute title.
This radical new pickup is set to become one of the most affordable vehicles in the U.S. market. And they make the point that not only EVs, but also just vehicles, period, are impossible to get on a budget. There's no basic, inexpensive cars out there.
And I think we found a couple of few segments ago that the Mitsubishi, whatever their entry level car is, that was the cheap car you could get for like under 20
Diamante
or whatever. Like they don't make that anymore.
Yep. Let's see. Upstart automaker Slate
Mirage, yes. Thank
aims
you.
to fill those pricing voids with its truck. It's a battery-powered pickup boasting a starting price that's estimated to be around $25,000. Now, you don't get much for $25,000. You are basically buying a running vehicle. You don't have a radio. You don't have, I think, air conditioning. You don't have pretty much anything in terms of features, but they are building them to be modular so you can add whatever you like pretty much at any point in time. You can customize them in terms of the actual build to order, or you could just buy upgrades. They want to be like an open source type build so that other people can also design and build accessories for them. And they're doing away with things like audio systems because nobody needs them anymore. Nobody needs navigation. Nobody needs screens. They're just going to have a dock for your phone. And like, why not have Bluetooth speakers? You don't need wiring.
Well,
Nobody needs a radio in their car anymore.
I like the new approach in thinking. You know, I like to have a stereo system in my car, whatever. Like, I like those things because I like what cars used to be, but I like this new approach to, like, maybe people don't need that and it's just adding to cost. So this is a perfect option for folks that just, the amount of people I see driving around with like a Bluetooth speaker just shoved on their dash. This would, fine. I'm trying to think. There was a modular car that I think was Toyota. Maybe it was Nissan, but it like could be like a shooting brake or it could be a sedan. This is kind of like, I like the modular approach.
To hit its price target, Slate limits body style choices and offers just one color scheme for the exterior and interior. All trucks will leave the factory in 2-seat single cab configuration with a 5-foot bed, donning unpainted and largely dent-resistant gray polypropylene composite body panels.
Ooh, is this like Saturn?
Yes!
Oh,
yes!
Heck yeah.
They anticipate saving hundreds of millions of dollars by circumventing the need for a paint shop or metal stamping presses. Buyers can add more color with full exterior wraps at the brand's accessories division. So it's like the Cybertruck in a sense in that regard, but it's simple and reliable.
Potentially well executed.
Really, it's like the friggin' Ford Model T. You can have it in any color you want as long as it's black.
And I think we have forgotten the simplicity that is required in the people's car. Because we've gotten... cars are so ubiquitous, they've become so expensive, and like, you know, we look back at those things fondly, but that's also part of what made them work.
Yeah. So I love this idea. I don't think I would buy one just because I don't have a need for it, but I think this is pretty fantastic.
I dig how it looks too. The simplicity. Like, and I like the steel wheels. Steel wheels need to make a comeback.
Indeed. Now, the question is, I guess, twofold. One, can they turn a profit without 18 rounds of funding from venture capitalist firms and going public and government subsidies and intervention and all this stuff? Can they just make a car that makes money?
Well, it seems like a part of the way they're going to try to do that is go direct to consumers, similar to what Tesla does.
They're going to run into some issues in some states with that, though. We'll cover that on a future podcast, but Rivian and Tesla have been in legal battles with a number of different states fighting their laws that require they protect franchises and require or prohibit manufacturers from selling directly to the consumer, claiming that that's some sort of monopoly, right? You need dealers for competition. No, you don't.
Yeesh.
There's plenty of competition between the individual manufacturers. You don't need another middleman. So that may be a little bit of a roadblock there, although I guess you could always say, well, if you're in Ohio and you can't buy one, just buy one from Michigan or something.
Yeah.
So
go to your neighbor.
You've got that. But then the other question is, can they make this actually work? Can it have enough range such that it's practical? Will the charging times be, charging has gotten fairly simple and quick for most vehicles, but
the charging debate has been had off and on. I'm not an EV enthusiast either, but I think everybody's been trying to make the range massive because the first thing that people talked about was range anxiety and can I make it to my destination? Well, you don't need 700 miles of range if the charging infrastructure exists. So there's a bit of a chicken and an egg thing, but I like that they're not trying to put a massive battery in this, which adds extra cost, extra weight, makes it less efficient. Now that we are getting to a point where the infrastructure is improving, maybe you could just charge this every night or every other night. Like I think about my daily driver, I can get like 250-ish miles on a tank of gas. Now it takes me 5 minutes to fill up, so that's not a problem. We just got to get to that point, and then we don't need all these massive, inefficient, heavy batteries.
Yep. They're also not trying to pretend to be something that they're not, like Tesla. The truck is rear-wheel drive. There's no all-wheel drive, so it's not trying to be an off-road vehicle. Although you can buy a 2-inch lift kit and all-terrain tires for, I love this. At least they admit that people are posers. For truck owners looking for that off-tarmac tough look.
Yeah. What I like that this is also an EV that isn't touting like performance figures. It's not about how fast it can get to 0 to 60.
So
it doesn't
tired
matter.
Of that. EVs are faster. Then what?
Yeah, and who cares? They're not.
It's replacing a Toyota Camry, not my Porsche.
Yeah.
Although I guess Porsches are all EVs now too, or a lot of them. So I don't even. I feel like EVs don't know what they want to be, and this truck does. This truck is solving for X.
Yes.
It's hopefully it works. Honestly, this is one of the first EVs I'm rooting for to show you that I can have a balanced opinion. I'm not like 100% biased against something just because I want to be against it.
What's also interesting, not to distract from the slate conversation, is that Ford's new approach to EVs is a modular approach that I think could be pretty similar to this. And so this could be a sign that like this is the way to make these work.
In order for EVs to work, the business of EVs has to work.
Yes.
It works for Tesla. It has really not worked for anybody else yet. So we'll see. I like this idea. I like it a lot. So I'm excited to see. It's a heck of a lot better looking than the Cybertruck.
Oh, it looks great. I dig it.
The Cybertruck looks like something that a kindergartner designed. This looks like something that was built at the Lego headquarters. But
I dig it.
I'm not hating on that. That's not a diss on it. Anyway, it's time now for the props and flops brought to you by Switchcars.
And Switchcars is the enthusiast dealership where we buy and sell cars that we like ourselves. Check out our handpicked inventory online at switchcars.com and be sure to mention Switchcast for special pricing when available. You can find more information as well online at switchcars.com, or you could come visit our showroom in Twinsburg, Ohio. Doug, what is the pick of the week?
It is a Honda Mix Civic.
What is a Mix?
Well,
is that
it's
like a special? What? Huh?
Yes, it's the
Yes.
Pirate Edition. The Type R.
Oh, okay.
It's a limited edition Civic Type R, which is yellow and red.
That's
everywhere.
wild.
It is wild.
I did see it on your story, and my fiance was very on board with the yellow GT3, less on board with the yellow Civic Type R. I got to be honest.
I think it was the red interior.
I
maybe.
think it was.
I happen to kind of like it. It's the right yellow with the right red, and it's not too much red. It's just accents on the seats and wheels and stuff like that. But anyway, limited edition, only made them in one color. Rarer than most limited edition Porsches, if we're being honest.
Options.
And only has 2,000 miles.
Oh.
So check that one out. Our flop of the week. Tyler, have you heard of the Centro Seat 911?
Is this thing back? It was for sale for like ages on Facebook.
Yeah, there's a company that made a few of these.
How much for this?
Okay, so let's tell people what the Centro Seat 911 is. It is, I guess, a bunch of ex-Porsche employees / engineers that decided they wanted to make a tribute to the McLaren F1. So they took a 911 and moved the seat to the middle.
And it's a 911 cab.
They did a coupe
with
also.
a PDK.
Apparently they've done 3 cars. Oh, yes, and the PDK shifter is like back here by your butt. So
this doesn't work. Why? They spent so much time thinking of if they could. They didn't realize that they should have thought if they should. Nor people need to watch Jurassic Park. This is just a dinosaur. What?
So I've been wanting to make fun of this car since I saw it at, I think, Mecum like 10 years ago. And then again, since I saw it on this Instagram video when somebody went up to the owner and he just kept saying like, oh man, it's like driving a McLaren F1. It's inspired by the McLaren F1. It was built by Porsche engineers. It's like a McLaren F1. I was like, but is it? Like the seat's just in the middle. Like how about a Citroen Karen? That had the seat in the middle,
well,
too.
It's got like a weird like roll bar situation. This is just, oh gosh, why? And those seats cannot be comfortable. Back seats in a 911 are awful. You want your only passenger
can't recline
option
at all.
Yeah, you're just like gonna be a board.
But they put 4,000 hours into this.
I can put a lot of hours into a lot of things that don't really result in anything worthwhile, Doug.
Well, speaking of cars that should never have been made, if you're not on our Patreon, we have a special bonus episode of what cars should never have been made. Switchcast.live/Patreon or patreon.com/Switchcast. Anyway, this convertible auctioned this past week on P-Car Market. And boy, oh boy, it is a one of one for sure in the convertible. It got bid up to $45,000 for a 997.2 Carrera S Cabriolet.
And Doug, how much do they want for it?
Far less than just a regular Carrera S Cab would go for. The buy it now is $95,000.
Holy crap.
The people have spoken. Nobody wants a center seat 911.
The little Sport Chrono wart looks so silly, just like off to the side.
Oh gosh, this thing is
what a dumb vehicle.
This is an abomination. It really.
I'm not even
is.
sitting here like they ruined a Porsche. How could they? I don't care. It's a cab. Who cares? But like, why waste the time and the money to build this? At least it's got full leather. I like that.
Our prop of the week plays on a previous prop of the week, which was the Defy Vision race, where blind people were guided around a racetrack by navigators, and it was absolute mayhem. Well, there's lots of jokes we could have made about, women drivers, but we didn't want to be insensitive, but the internet already made that joke for us because didn't know this, but in the 80s and 90s, the Macau Grand Prix added a celebrity race featuring Hong Kong and Asian pop idols, actors, and TV personalities, all female. They were put in identical cars and sent around the circuit with pro race drivers as their passenger instructors. This was on Motoform's Instagram page. The commentary is unreal.
It's so good.
It is incredibly well.
And the escalation. It starts out really peaceful, like, "Ooh, we're going down the straightaway. Things are looking good."
Well, the pace car is running behind them and keeping up with them.
Yes.
So they're going very, very slow. But literally the first two cars make it around essentially the first corner, and then the third one just drives straight into the barrier.
It does.
And
just not
the
even
rest
turning.
of them follow. It's just a giant pile up behind the first two cars into essentially like the first hard right-hand corner.
Oh, this is so entertaining. And I do love the 964 turbo, like pace car just creeping up behind them as there's a pileup of like 12 cars. Oh, so entertaining. People who don't know how to drive race cars in race cars is awesome.
The first comment on this is entertaining, but wow, the most sexist commentator I've ever heard. And hey, this was the 90s, man. This was.
Yes.
But when you have I don't know if it was just about women drivers. It was like the star in a reasonably priced car thing in Top Gear. You put a bunch of pop stars that maybe have never driven or cared to drive in a car
and just see what happens.
A racetrack.
I do love another comment I'm seeing here is more excitement here than in the last 10 years of F1. Bring back whimsy.
Oh, yeah, because they're saying it now, not like in the time period. I was like, no, that was the exciting time period of F1. Yeah, that's pretty funny. It's just gold. Just gold. Also, speaking of female drivers, Ethan, our producer, got married.
Woo!
So congratulations, Ethan. That's a major prop of the week.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ethan is a male, but he now has a female driver in his family that he can right seat, critique.
Boy, we might need to workshop that segue, but I see what. Congrats, Ethan.
I gotta give my my kudos to Jesse though. There's very few people that I feel safe driving like passenger seat in the car with, just in general. But she is one of them. So
nice. Who are the others?
I don't think
Doug?
I could marry a woman that I didn't respect her driving abilities.
100%.
It'd be a challenge. Yeah. Aaron's a good driver.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, but she does not. She has a rule. Like she does not want to drive her car if we are both going somewhere. Like I'll be like, "Oh, this is your car." She's like, "No, you drive." And she even sent me a meme at one point. I don't remember what it was, but it was essentially like making fun of men who were riding passenger with their wives. Because that's just like whatever. It's traditional roles, but kind of a joke about it, like men should be driving the car. And it was like the only reason a man would be riding passenger with his wife driving if he's like, sick or, handicapped or gay or something like that. It was basically like, if you're a husband, you drive your wife.
Oh, goodness.
In the car.
Ethan, shut it down. Shut it down. It's not, oh, God.
I will say, I got to give a few shout outs here. One thing I want to mention, Jesse, her first car was a stick shift Honda Accord from like 2002.
She might be more of a car enthusiast than our Ethan here.
Arguably, but she ended up having to get rid of that because of some knee surgeries, got a 2003 Honda Accord that she took to 310,000 miles and just got rid of.
She is more of a car enthusiast than Ethan.
Wow. He is.
We need to get her in here.
As a CVT.
I know.
Just last year was when she got rid of her 310,000 mile 2003 Honda Accord. So that's cool. Any car guy should love that and appreciate that.
Anybody who can take a car to 300,000 miles, like,
mad respect.
Car guy card, quote unquote.
It's amazing. And Bailey, our good friend of the show here, offered to buy it from her.
Seriously?
He did. But also another shout out. Doug hooked me up with a getaway car for our exit, for our send off to the.
Did Jesse drive it away?
Jesse did not.
Maybe she should have. We need to run it back,
Jesse
do
did
this
not
whole
drive
thing
it away,
over
but
again.
She could have. If I had given you a stick, she would have had to drive.
Oh, goodness. You're acting like I've never driven a stick shift
You
before.
said you didn't want a stick because you were going to be nervous.
Yeah.
Because you were rusty.
I will be honest. I'm rusty. But I do think that she could have hopped in and she would have killed it. But anyway, Doug, thank you from the bottom of my heart for hooking me up with the 911 to
like how you're
drive off.
trying to thank this guy and you're just dogging on him.
I know I'm trying to make this be like a kind thing, and he's like, friggin' idiot. Can't drive a car. Thanks,
it's all
Doug.
fun here. It's all fun.
The Sheffield brand was recently revived by Jake Turkbus, an owner of an original Sheffield all-sport diver he received from his parents in 1970 when he was just 11, beginning his love of watches. As an adult, Jay used his extensive expertise in product development and marketing to revive the brand that started it all. He set out to develop watches with a high level of quality and specification at a value price. His first effort, and a successful one, on July of 2023, was the debut of the Sheffield All-Sport Diver 1. It had the kind of build and movement that much more expensive watches use, and his debut price of $108 was equivalent to the $13 his parents paid in 1970. Since that debut, Sheffield has expanded to a wider range of automatics and chronos, many designed around vintage Sheffield dials of the 60s. The Sheffield well of clever and unique design remains his inspiration, as well as maintaining the goal of high quality, very affordable range of automatic and quartz watches. Sheffield watches, value on merit, not just price. I love mine, so get yours at sheffieldwatches.com and be sure to mention you found them on Switchcast.
Thank you for joining us for Switchcast with Doug Tabbitt and Tyler Sanders, produced by Ethan Huffnagel. Switchcast is an automotive entertainment and opinion show, and nothing we say should be taken very seriously. We do not give tax, investment, legal, emotional, or professional advice, and the only licenses we hold are driver's licenses. The opinions expressed on this show are exclusively held by the people pontificating at that moment and do not reflect the values of our producers or sponsors. Our theme music is provided by Emily and Ivory. You can stream their full album on Spotify or SoundCloud. If you like this show, you can stream it in its entirety on your favorite audio podcast platform. Check out switchcast.live for more info.